back to New Jersey Power and Politics. I'm Laura Jones. Joining me now with their insight and analysis on all the latest news and headlines are two familiar faces to our show. Ingrid Reed is with the Eagleton Institute of Politics at Rutgers, and Dr. Joe Marbach is professor of political science at Seton Hall and dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Welcome to you both.
Well, thank you.
Glad to be here.
Well, we've been talking a lot about Super Tuesday Part 2, the sequel,
Right.
and Hillary seems to be getting a little bit of momentum. Her campaign has got a little bit of life
3 out of
into
4 is
it.
not bad.
Exactly. But this looks like it's really going to go down to the super delegates. What is this all saying to you, Ingrid?
Well, it's actually according to the rules of the game. That's what everybody agreed to, that 80% of the points, in effect, would be cast by the people, and then 20% would be left to party leaders. They're supposed to be wise and be able to interpret what the people were saying and then make the best choice in the interest of the party. Isn't that the way it was supposed to work, Joe?
Yeah, it certainly is. And the party's worried about who's the best candidate in November, because it's not just about capturing the White House. It has ramifications for congressional elections, the Senate races, and state races across the country. So the wise party leaders want to avoid someone who might be a flash in the pan and who's going to carry more states across the country, and that's what they have to decide.
But what is this saying to voters who are saying, wait, hold on a second? It seems like many would argue the Supreme Court chose our last president, and now you're telling me these super delegates, come convention time, if Hillary and Barack Obama are still neck and neck, these elected leaders are going to be making our choice. Hillary, what's that saying to the vote? Hillary,
thank you. No, I don't want to.
Ingrid, what is that saying to the voters?
Well, I think the voters probably have a point. They are 80%. They want to be heard. But I think what we're also forgetting is that the super delegates are being held accountable to people in their states. For example, our super delegates will be known to the people, the Democrats in our state, and they'll want to know if they're being held accountable or taking into
well, that's the thing. In New Jersey, Hillary Clinton won, so the super delegates, the question is, do the super delegates vote their gut, what they want to vote?
Which some of them are saying they will.
Right. Or will they vote the way the state did, and the state said Hillary Clinton should get that? Joe Marbach, what do you think?
And some are actually arguing that I'm coming from this particular district, and this district went for Obama, or this district went for Clinton, so I'm going to be faithful to the people that I'm representing in a certain extent. And I think it points to a flaw in the democratic process, Democratic Party process, in that it didn't weigh extra delegates to the winner of the state. It would have helped winnow out. So if Hillary Clinton won the state, maybe there should have been bonus delegates, an extra 20 delegates that she got just for being the winner. And then that would have helped clarify and solidify her position within the state, and it would have probably put more pressure on these super delegates to fall in line.
I think we're really dealing with an extremely close election once again, which is something that we don't often think happens in our system. I'm not sure that when they came up with the 80-20 split that anyone ever thought that it would be really that important. And I mean, it's what we went through with the last 2 presidential elections.
Electoral vote versus popular vote. Al Gore wins the popular vote, George Bush wins the electoral vote, and some people are wondering, hey, should we go back? Because when this was originally created, the Electoral College was created so that those in the larger states didn't, in essence, choose the next president because of population and people able to get to the polls. But Joe, I want to ask you, New Jersey moved its primary up from June to February with the Super Tuesday 1, and was it worth it? Because it seems now people are scrambling to be last, and if we would have kept ours, well, maybe New Jersey could have decided, and we would have had more attention, the candidates here campaigning here in New Jersey. Was it worth it?
Oh, I think ultimately it was. I think the folks that are saying if we would have left it, that's Monday morning quarterbacking. The fact is that we were involved early. We were included as one of the top 3 states in Super Tuesday. They always mentioned New Jersey because of our population. The candidates came to New Jersey. We had Barack Obama visit twice. We had Bill Clinton come on behalf of Hillary. John Edwards came through the state at one point before he had dropped out. John McCain came the day before, and with Giuliani, he was a fixture in the state prior to that. We got a lot of attention because we moved it up, and I think it's really hindsight being 20/20 to say leave it where it was.
And what about all
Well-
of the new voters who registered?
Well, I think people felt involved, and that's why we saw such a turnout in voters. It was a national buzz. Nobody could miss this election to be reminded to go to vote, but also people felt that the vote in New Jersey would make a difference. And so that's when voters turn out, when they're convinced that their vote will make a difference. So I think it worked out fine.
Yeah.
But all of these party decisions are really made on the basis of the past, not any kind of real principle. And so I'm sure after this election is over, people will be scrambling, and they'll be thinking that the election in 2012 will be shaped in the same way that the 2008 election was. You'll have a press for the locally elected delegates to be the determining factor, and maybe that won't be the right thing.
And without about a minute left, we still have a primary coming up in
That's
June.
right.
It's just the presidential. We've got the Senate and congressional
Right.
primaries. What kind of
same
turnout do you
old-
think we're going to see for that? Or is this just going to be completely lost in the presidential hoopla?
Well, it won't be completely lost
No.
because it matters in terms of local government and who gets elected. So, when we're electing sheriffs, and we've got congressional delegation and a U.S. Senate race also that's going to be involved, and the Republicans are in a scramble there. So we'll probably get about the typical 25% turnout, I would guess.
Give me the final word, Ingrid.
I think it's probably going to be in that range. But again, people will pay attention where they think it makes a difference. They'll get the vote out there, but it won't be statewide, and it won't be anywhere near as enthusiastic.
Well, Ingrid, Joe, thank you both for your insight and analysis. It's always a pleasure.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing you,
Good to be here.